Excellent. Oh! Clean. Now. Okay, if I see a Talia, Verdant is on the right side.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the main quick takeaways we quickly want to catch up on is the fact that they did ban out SLT's champion pool a bit with the Rumble and the Gwen and the Sion against Faust. You first picked the Syndra, you mentioned that earlier in the show as well. The Pantheon instantly goes over. And you know, you've blinded the matchup for top lane, you can now trim that pool a bit more. I feel like both teams should be pretty happy.
Yeah, mid-jungle, a strong for Verdant on the right there. And they've also taken away Crowny's Corki. I'm assuming the right-hand team is Verdant right there. But you have Nemesis's Syndra. This man does crazy things on this champion. We also have the Baus AP Cho'Gath alongside Velia's Wukong. Now, I'm a bit worried about Nemesis Syndra because I think the answer of the double globals of Tatilia Pantheon is incredibly strong and very meta right now. How you farm side lanes is going to be very difficult for Los Ratones.
So that might be a little bit of a stump in the way they want to play their style, because Baus won't be allowed on the sideline as much as he would like with that double global. Now the idea is to trim a little bit of Crowny. You already took the Corki, you take away the Sivir, the Jhin. We talked about Yunara, they really hate Duckling. But the reality is Crowny loves those sort of champions. He was telling me that he loves to play the Kog'Maw, but I don't think it's a reality when you see like Talia, Pantheon, and even Corki. You can't play the Kog'Maw.
And let's just turn our attention to the supports just quickly, right? Because we talked about the Alistar and something like the bot. None of that has been banned here. Rakan as well. So all three of the options we were really keeping our eyes on have slipped their way through, and I feel like two of them could be taken away here, and that would be interesting for the upcoming games.
That's what I was looking for. The Aatrox ban into SLT because you've got that Cho'Gath and you just be a big blob to hit. There's the Bard.
Big takeaway.
And the Nautilus answer into it isn't available because of the hooks into Bard, making that lane extremely volatile as an answer. So we'll have to see what the bot lane is going to be now. Reckless.
Because he likes that Braum, for instance, if you want to play from front to back to protect. But you can bring in the Xayah Rakan.
Yeah, exactly. That was what I was thinking, right? Because they have now taken the Bard away. That will mean the Alistar will be the only one left open in the next game. But it's a good quick slam rotation. And now what we were really waiting for, what do you play in the top lane against Faust? This is where they have to have the edge, because SLT, great carry top laner when he's comfortable. You're getting him the counter pick. You need something strong here.
And best of free scaling, that's a bit scary. Your team comp is very squishy. Retaking Vision is going to be incredibly hard with this comp that they have drafted here. So I'm a little bit concerned. Verdant, on the other hand, that wombo combo, the Wukong empowered with a Rakan, that's a crazy mid-game composition for Los Ratones.
Well, this is it. Game one is awaiting for us. Right next in the menu, we have 40 seconds. Final take from the desk before we toss it to casters. By the way, chat, you can vote again. Tell me.
I think it won't get any better for Verdant. I feel like they've gotten a lot of that comfort here and some good 2v2 in the mid jungle as well. They'll look to play around. So yeah, I'll see how they play around the sides. I know that's what they'll be looking to punish today. I'm leaning Verdant game one.
With draft, you're leaning Verdant. I'm looking at the draft too. With the double globals, triple globals with the Bard ulti. I'm concerned that's a very strong early to mid game, especially in side lanes. From draft, I'm looking at Verdant as well.
Okay, it looks like the desk is inclining on Verdant, but do tell me, how you feeling, Sweden? Casters, it's up to you. Take us to game.
Listen to that crowd. Hello everybody, my name is Hitbrain. I am joined by Trouble and I am joined by Jamada. How are we doing, guys?
Damn, the atmosphere is crazy. Sweden, you're amazing. Denmark was good, but you're better.
I don't know, hold on, Sweden. Copenhagen got pretty loud. Let's see if you can go louder. Give me a roar! Not bad at all. But we're getting straight into game!
Bounce is missing HP, but no one's missing summoner spells. So some shenanigans went on, but nothing too dangerous.
Was probably some warding shenanigans. As I'm seeing, there is some vision that's been put down by both teams. I'm going to assume Baus is guarding top side of the map.
Almost certainly. Now, it's been a little while since that delay, so some reminder of stakes and
Expectations.
expectations. That's what I'm looking for. Of what we're looking at between these two drafts. For Verdant, again, a lot on the mid jungle, especially once those level 6s come in. The Grand Starfall for the Pantheon, the Weaver's Wall for Talia. Side lane presence is going to be so important. And this bottom lane 2v2 matchup as well, as we pan over it. expect Devon and Tori to have a bunch of priority down here, and you really have to look towards Reckless to try and find these good entrances with the W to try and make some trades happen.
And you guys know me. I am not a big fan of Xayah or Khan, especially when you know you're going to be countered in lane, so I would love to see Reckless sort of pair up together with Velia to try and get that Wukong going, because if Pantheon does, he actually is stronger than Wukong and he will take over the game, and Danka is the kind of guy that will look for those early game shenanigans to try and get ahead.
Well, especially like we had Aragon, who is a massive Wukong talking point, as always what comes out of him is the level 6. Wukong doesn't do anything until level 6, so you have to kind of, you know, you can set up on the Pantheon. Pantheon, you can jump in, find the stuns, find early plays, and like you said, Trouble, before all the breaks, Danka is the driving force of the early game here for Verdant. He sets up, he has so much participation when it comes to those kills, when it comes to first bloods.
All right, I'm gonna break it down so people can very easily follow along and see what they can keep up with, right? It's sort of like a bingo card for everyone. This is what Verdant is really good at. Level 6, side lane pressure, side lane dives, and scaling through Corki and Ambessa when it comes to those fights. And here's what Elara are really good at. Front to back, excellent. Engage and disengage potential, fantastic. However, they have a target on Nemesis' back because he's most likely the one to be the most vulnerable with all the dive coming through from Verdant.
Almost certainly. In the immediate future, I'm looking at this bottom side. That priority is coming through from Devon and Tori, and Tori, hold on, SLT.
Oh, hold on, SLT. He's looking for the damage onto Baus. Baus is going to just flash away. SLT flashes after him. First blood to Verdant.
SLT bringing us back the deja vu from the 50-minute game. Solo killing Baus again. Tori with a very nice roam right here. You were mentioning the bot lane priority, Jamada. That's what frees Bard, right? You're pushing the wave. Cork is very safe underneath this tower because the wave is pushing towards him, so he doesn't have to overextend, and Tori gets a free timer to roam mid.
Keeping track of the Bard is going to be so important for Lost Ratones, as SLT now is going to dodge away from that knock-up. That connected, maybe there's a bit of room for Velia to do some damage. It's going to toy him, stop his base.
The monkey's not going to do anything. Level 4 Wukong doesn't really have the impact. SLT feeling comfortable there.
I remember the Verdant versus Nord series where SLT was sitting right in front of that Cyber down bot lane, baiting Jankos, who was backing in this bush, and then he just completely turned around the fight. So he's the guy to cheese like this. However, Danka,
what that stop in the base did, though, is given SLT and Danka a bunch of freedom up here, because Velia's only now just based. So you can see Danka is in this top side jungle. He's got a ward down. They were maybe eyeing up a dive on the top side, but the wave wasn't cleared enough. I mean, it's very difficult. Maybe he forces flashes over the wall, but I think it's too high a send. And now Velia's here to cover.
Yeah, this is going to be a 2v2 if they go for it with the tower. Don't think this works out, so Danka just jumps onto Velia, gets a nice chunk of damage out from him. Wave's going to crash. Verdant playing this slow and steady, stealing jungle camps away, not going for the dive.
You can see on the minimap, Tori's making his way to the top side, but more importantly as well, Senkox is hovering over here, so Velia, he's probably going to have to yield this. Baus is also looking to contest, the top wave is neutral.
Looking for SLT, they're going to jump in, find the stun, onto Baus, finds the knockup, silence comes through, that's Danka with the kill! Velia jumps over the wall, caught by the cosmic binding, but he's got the backup of Reckless. Senkox is also waiting in the wings. Torres just going to take a journey to safety. Verdant 2-0 up.
A coin with two sides right here. LR opted in a 2 versus 3. Because as Yamada very nicely spotted, Torre was moving already. Senkox was also moving from mid lane, so this was always going to be numbers advantage for Verdant. However, top lane wave wasn't necessarily lost because the swap came through from LR, and Velia got to take his camps very importantly to get to that level 6 on the Wukong.
Nice lane swap coming out from both bot laners, looking to set up for those grubs. It's quite early, to be fair. They're not spawning for another 2 minutes, but they're getting into position, setting up the lane.
I'll tell you what it is. It's the LCK's favorite dragon that no one in EU wants to touch. Okay? You like this dragon.
I've always liked Cloud Dragon. I think the important thing to know about these lane assignments, though, is that SLT is still going to be significantly stronger. I'm looking at the mid lane matchup, though, because Senkox is running low on mana. If Verdant want to look for an early dragon here, they're going to need Senkox on the map.
Yeah, he's going to have to get that reset. Does not have teleport either, so it's going to be him struggling to get into places. In jumps Reckless, finds the knock up onto 2. Velia actually going to get found out here by Danka. He throws down the clones. Danka's incredibly low. Senkox, like you said, has no mana. Danka flashed onto as Velia secures the kill. Scatter the weak into the unleashed power from Nemesis.
It's 2 for LR.
They're still fighting. SLT's found Velia, and he's just going to secure the kill in response.
The trade comes back through, so it's a 2-for-1 in the end, but Velia... I mean, yeah, I mean, he knows that he's going to have Nemesis here with resources, even though he's lower on HP. Danka face checks with less HP and doesn't really use the E to block anything. Senkox gets full combo, and then this is what we barely miss off screen. Ultimate comes from SLT, and now Brownie blows the cleanse.
That is big.
Why both of these junglers also went down bot lane is to gain a lot of control of that bot side crab. That crab is the one that gives you level 6. And level 6 is so important for Danka. He's been trying to play Disruption to try and stop the Wukong from hitting that level 6, where he's very dangerous, but also hitting it first himself, so he can get to that side lanes first.
It's interesting to see that, you know, Verdant turning attention towards this Cloud Dragon. This lane swap was too set up for the Void Grubs. 30 seconds until they spawn. No one's gained priority there, so this could still be a pretty big scrap for those Void Grubs.
I'm looking at the minimap, and Velia's looking to try and get some cross-map camps. He's looking at this red buff, he's pinging onto the Krugs as well. Tori is here to cover, so he'll at the very least check in, but you can see on the minimap, Reckless, Nemesis, they're also walking over, so Tori, he's not even going to really get a good look in, though he might get a drive-by bit of vision with that portal, and they'll know that red buff is gone.
Oh my god, and Danka is like 0.00005% from hitting that level 6. The Scuttle didn't take it over, which means that Velia has a little bit of time on his hands with that level 6 to get some impact on the map. Playing towards the top side of the map, of course. Danka can't join when he hits that level 6, which will be right now, and Tor is looking to move in, gain some information, but this is a large territory.
I think the angle really is just the cross-map play onto Baus. Use the ultimate from Danka to just go and kill him, but Baus is resetting. Senkox, like you say, is resetting. Torre doesn't have the ability to steal that one away with the spell book. This has to be the play, right? But the question becomes whether or not LR look for an extended cross-map play, and the answer seems like no. Danka didn't pull the trigger on the ultimate, so no aggressiveness for the time being.
Honestly, a really nice denial there. The invade taking away the buff, denying Danka that level 6, so he couldn't look for the play.
I mean,
really nice.
The way I see it is like, you invade because you know enemy jungler is a dragon, but now that they know that Velia has stuck towards the top side of the map, now it's Danka's time to get into both side jungle and steal that red buff. And more importantly,
he's throwing it down.
Wrap around Baus, who just tip it in.
That's going to be the Grand Star full throw now. They look for the knockup. Danka gets caught by it. Baus just flashes over the wall. SLT chases after. In comes Senkox with a Weaver's wall, knocking back Baus. That's kill number 4.
That was the most flawless kill on Baus, because usually what is the idea? We sacrifice Baus, he gets all the resources from enemy team, so LR can take things around the map, but they were on a reset. There was no counterplay to that. So Verdant put all of their eggs into that bot lane basket, and that's an Eclipse onto an Ambassador.
That's quite a juicy Ambassador here for SL2. 3-0. Clips, like you said, in the pocket. Items slowly coming in as well. We've got the Blackfire picked up onto Nemesis. Slowly but surely, those item spikes are coming alive for these teams.
It's Nemesis who will be the big power point for the next couple of minutes. And we'll see exactly how Nemesis and Velia are able to try and walk around this map. Potentially answer out on some of what Verdant are looking at. That bottom side def, I think, has potentially set a small bit of a precedent and pace up in this isolation 1v1 between the two top laners. We'll see now how SLT continues to extend this lead with that Eclipse.
And it really is on SLT to be the one to extend that lead as well. He's got all the gold. He's got all the pressure in his lane. He needs to try and extend this further and further forwards. While the rest of the team just needs to try and benefit off what he's got. But Velia now making his way down to bot lane.
Danka's around though.
No ultimate though.
No ulti.
They don't quite see him.
Oh, Reckless commits the quickness. Tries the knock-up. That's going to be an instant jump out. The Charm makes the connection onto Devon. Tempered Fate will not save his life as Velia takes a little bit of damage on the way out, but it's one kill for Los Ratones. They lose nothing.
It was great to see at the last minute, right? Because Thor recast the ult, trying to flash potentially into it and then walk towards his tower having the heal, but they never gave him that opportunity. The CC chain was fantastic from LR, and they punished both sides.
For the time being, though, it looks like it's just the kill, but still so important to try and acquire as much gold as you can. Remember, this is, you know, the first 15 minutes, almost 20 or so, this is Verdant's power moment inside of these drafts against one another. As these irons come in for LR, they're going to get significantly stronger, right? They're going to have more agency to make plays, but more importantly, respond to the plays as long as they've got numbers in the right place.
Absolutely. Right now, it is Everyone just back onto reset. Dragon spawning up in a minute's time, so attention and vision is going to get shifted over towards here. No Rift Tail to worry about. SLT, where is he going to go? Is he going to be here for the fight, or is he going to try and take something on the other side of the map when Los Ratones turn their attention towards Dragon?
I feel like SLT should stick around, playing around Bounce, right? He's an all item up. He actually bulls him in lanes. He's managed to get ahead in CS. However, what I'm looking for in terms of the team fights later on is the fact that Verdant have a lot more agents on how they want to play those team fights. There's a lot of sleeper champions, if you will, a lot of disruptors with the Taliyah and the Pantheon. However, LR want to stick to that formation of the front to back. We've got our tank, well, quote unquote, for Bounce on the top side, and we've got our backline, engage, disengage, play front to back. If Verdant manage to disrupt this and cause chaos, they do have a very good chance of those mid-game fights of pulling ahead.
Oh, Reckless actually stopped Devin's back here, so
he's out of mana. I think they need to give Dragon, to be honest.
that's what I'm thinking. I think that's actually a really important base to stop. Devin can stick around, but
He has to now.
yeah, I mean,
Have no mana.
Tempered Fate makes the connection here onto Crowley. Can they find the follow-up? Looking for the constant binding. There's going to be the Feather Storm. Danker jumps forward. They find the knockback. Crowley pulls the Feathers back. In jumps Reckless. Everyone is starting to get into this fight right now as the Unleashed power makes the connection. Danker gets the portal to safety. Verdant hold on to their lives.
the magical journey is one of safety for Verdant, but that should realistically be Dragon. Danker's chunked out quite heavily. He's looking for camps to heal back up, and there's a TP from Senkux to try and cover this top wave. So LR should be able to answer this out 1-for-1.
Wait,
Devin's in trouble.
What are you doing? He gets caught by the scanner, the knockup. That's going to be the kill. Reckless takes it.
But that's not Dragon now, because look who's mid lane. SLT seeing the play. You said Senkux covers top, but SLT covers mid, pushes the wave, and heads towards that river. But now with the more resets coming through for Verdant, the death of Devin, this is completely LR territory.
Health is still rather too low for Danker. I was wondering maybe Senkux could see a little bit of tempo with the ultimate, but Dragon looks like it's going to be secure.
There it is. All off the back of that was stopping of the reset. Absolutely brutal. Triforce has now been finished up here for Devin. Don't think mana's going to be too much of an issue anymore, but that was a rough sequence of play there for Verdant. I felt like that Dragon was so contestable if that base had gone through.
All right, looking again over in the mid lane. Again, it's a little bit of a wait time right now. Next objective is going to be 50 seconds up towards the top side of the map. Senkux pushing that one out. And again, I want to see the 5 versus 5 commence, because I want to see how Verdant are going to treat it in terms of splitting a lot apart, isolating targets. I'm looking at Crowley. He's a very juicy target. Once the ult goes down in the next objective fight, he has no flash, he has no cleanse.
Yeah, he's been a massive beneficiary of these last couple of sequences, individually up 1.2k gold right now. And these next, 6 minutes or so, the Herald, the third Dragon of the game, are going to be so important for Verdant, because as we get closer to these timers, LR are going to have more items on board, right?
Yeah.
Nemesis has had the Blackfire Torch for a long time. We'll be approaching the Cosmic Drive very quickly, and Crowley, again, like we were just saying, very close to 2 items already.
Yeah, he's really starting to stack up. Got that Yuntiles. Had it finished for that previous fight as well. I don't feel like SLT's been able to use the lead he got on that Ambessa. He's still 3-0. They throw down the Weaver's wall. That's actually the quickness thrown out. Reckless gets knocked back by the shuffle. And that's Senka securing the kill. Great tempered fade onto 2, but can they follow it up? Flashes come out. Los Ratones scatter.
I feel like the flash getting blown by Nemesis on the back end actually feels a lot worse, because now that's not up for Dragon. And I feel like this third Dragon is going to be so pivotal. LR are still looking to contest this, though.
They got Monkey Spin ready to go. Velia looking for an opening. Nice stun, makes a connection onto Crowley. There's the Monkey Spin. Torre jumps away. They see such low HP on Devin. He is eviscerated. They still win Rift out. Torre flashes forward, but the Unleashed power finishes off. SLT takes down Crowley, but now it's 1 versus 3. Make it 2 versus 3, because Senkux is here. Finds the knockback onto Velia, and they're going to continue to try and find these kills. Bounce, Proto belting forward. I think Verdant have got enough space between them and the members of Los Ratones, but I don't know if they're 100% done it. They find the knockback on the Bounce, he loses half his HP, but that is an incredibly low SLT. He dives to safety. Reckless rejoins the fray. Senkux has to flash away. The knock-up is huge. SLT dodges away. It's the clone who's stunned. No one goes in that top play.
Danker has ult, Torre has joined. They could be looking for the Struggler with low HP. Not gonna be the case.
Doesn't seem like it, and I mean, it started off with Reckless getting picked off, but keep your eyes on Velia, because it's not about Torre, it's about how he finds Danka here, he can't pass the E, and they're able to steal the Herald. But then once SLT shows up, he finds the ultimate onto Crowley on the backline. Devin gets isolated by the knockup, but both AD carries end up going down.
And I feel like this was a bit of a mistake from Verdant. The fact that Reckless dies, yes, it gives you the numbers advantage, but LR had so much vision around the objective. So they could actually play with the information. Verdant was very scattered. They are a very squishy composition overall. So if Velia sees the target, can very easily press R and everyone jumps on them.
Well, looks like once again they're potentially setting up for a play. I mean, there's nothing really to fight for other than towers. I say this, but Danka committing the ultimate. We talked about Nemesis being exposed. He has no flash. He is going to be going down. Senkux looks to be the beneficiary of this one, but it's going to be the shutdown there for Devin.
Spoke about how Nemesis is going to need to be covered on the side lane, but also losing the flash on the back end of Reckless getting picked was what I was trying to get to before more chaos unfolded, and Verdant pounced immediately. But now they're looking for a counter answer onto Senkux.
Senkux caught by the Cyclone. The Tempered Face going to keep him blocked up. Quickness on Reckless will time out the play. They push down the portal. It's not going to matter. The kill goes over regardless.
I respect what Tori was looking for there. He wanted to buy time with the Tempered Fate and then try and give him the portal out, but LR blocks that potential play from happening, and now they get the first tower.
And this is getting very concerning for Verdant. You need to win early, right? We have seen Verdant wanting to play for quick early game. We have seen them choose and opt to play for teamfights that are with different composition. But right here, when you've got Talia, Pantheon, they're not the greatest scaling champions. They're really good at setting up teamfights, at blocking off, at creating chaos, splitting teams apart. But they're not the greatest when it comes to scaling into this late game. And I feel like LR have got everything they want in their basket right now. Their Syndra is scaling. That Wukong has surpassed the Pantheon 3-1 and 3. Got that Trinity Force very equally to the Sundered Sky, right? So I feel like Velia is in a really, really good position versus that Pantheon.
I think the scary thing for me is the fact that your damage for late game, or mid into late game, is going to be Devin on the Corki. He is down 1,300 gold. There's almost an infinity edge onto Crowley.
And that Ambessa build is not growing.
And yeah, that Ambessa diff isn't actually getting any bigger either. It's really rough here for Verdant because I feel like they actually played the early game very well, but in true Los Ratones style, they go down early, but they don't seem to actually give up too much for it.
I feel like Verdant should maybe drop this Dragon. I feel like if they flip the game here and LR are going to drop this Herald to try and gain more control over the map, the Atacon spawns in 45 seconds. If LR extend this is actually kind of beneficial for them if they end up winning the fight. But now they're in a position where everyone's on multiple fronts, and LR could be in trouble.
We need to see him scatter this fight. There's going to be the Weaver's Wall, isolating Baus inside the pit, so they jump over. They find the knockback. Baus instantly picked off there. Lovely pick up for Verdant. Velia's trying to take his way forward. He steals the Dragon. In comes SLT. Pulled back by the unleashed power. Nemesis takes him down. Los Ratones get the Dragon, get the kill, and get out.
Not an Elder Dragon this time around that he steals away from Verdant to end the game, but pretty much that's a one fight for LR. Again, they lose a member of the get-go for this objective. Baus gets isolated by the wall, jumped on instantly by Daka through the wall, and then LR, the only chance here is get the Dragon, get out. It's exactly what they did.
It's great decisiveness from Verdant, but they don't have any more zoning tools to stop Velia from walking in. And whilst SLT is buying a lot of time in that backline, no one else is able to follow up on him. And now, actually, Verdant are on top of this Atacon, and it doesn't seem like LR are that interested in contesting for the time being. They're picking up blue buff. They're just dropping it. Yeah, they're just dropping it. I mean, Verdant will get this for free. And the question is, how many flowers are they going to end up getting?
How many are they on?
They're on 12.
They're on 12. All right, we'll see what they get afterwards.
28. Okay, wow. I mean, in terms of raw stats, they're effectively upping gold now at this point, I would say. Or at least even in terms of actual raw stats from those Pels.
Yes, yeah. They're worth quite a lot. They add up. But the actual gold, as you can see on the graph there,
still LR favored.
Still LR favored right now. You've got the Infinity Edge finished up onto Crowner. You've got the Cosmic Drive onto Nemesis, plus the upgraded Ionian boots.
Yeah, people will tell you not everything on the screen you see is great. I really want to point out for Verdant, I've been a little bit surprised with how cool. Okay, they get a flash on a Crowny. Very nice hold by Tori right there. Again, another juicy target. Every single time there's an objective, whether Crown is missing flash or Nemesis, they become instantly the target for Verdant. However, what I want to say is that Verdant have been very patient with their neutral objective setup. If it's not their turn, they will just dump the objective altogether. And right here, they're just going toe-to-toe with LR every single time, whether they've got the advantage or not, which is a bit concerning for me. Because we talk about mind control when you play against LR. We saw it for Rich Gang. I don't want to see it here too, man.
Sometimes it feels like LR have the same kind of mind control that T1 do.
Okay.
Uh-oh for a second. Uh-oh again, maybe.
I don't know who's it's 0-4 though. Bounce absolutely ripping through SLT. SLT's going to full send it, actually going down with the knock-up onto Danko as he joins into the fight. Silence into stun. SLT's low. The feast wasn't enough. Danko secures the kill. They'll lose top tower though.
Exactly, the answer is going to be this top tower, but in the extended, Verdant should be able to also get that bottom tier 1 tower as well. So they're still trading up in gold. They're still looking to be proactive in these moments where there aren't objectives up on the map. With Baron up in 2.5 minutes time, that's where I start to ask questions of LR and how they're going to assign their solo laners and how Verdant are going to attack.
I mean, screw the solo laners, man. I mean, Crown is almost 2,000 gold up. I say group up every single objective if you're LR and play front to back straight up. The only reason we're seeing that these fights are going Verdant's way is because Crown is not around on those side lane skirmishes. The second he joins another quick lock in the inventory, he's gonna hurt. You tell him. He's telling him right now. He's like, I'm telling you guys, just wait for me to be there, man.
Play for me, guys. Play for me.
Yeah, if Crowny does hit Infinity Edge, it's gonna be, or rather,
He
Last
hit it.
Whisper.
He's hit that.
He's hit it. If he hits Last Whisper here, it's gonna be very, very problematic for the frontliners, or what few frontliners exist here for. I mean, yeah. Good luck with the damage mitigation. Here's an attack potentially on the side lane, but between Senkux and Torre, they shouldn't have the damage to get through his health bar, though the aggressive redemption is definitely one way to get it done. Now Danka's actually here, and Torre's trying to slow Bounce down a bit more.
And the Fate is going to get connected on. I didn't think Bounce was under a real threat here, but they are going to chase for the kill. Torre secures the kill, but this is a tier 2. They're trading for a kill onto Bounce.
I think more importantly than the tier 2 down bot lane, look what's spawning on the bot side of the map.
Yeah.
50 seconds for Dragon. And it doesn't matter that the tower went down. What really does matter is that they have full control of bot side jungle from the side of Verdant. And this is what's going to really help them. Pushing that mid lane wave, potentially threaten that mid lane tier 1, and then dip all that pressure into River, and then look at the 3 wards that are looming inside Danka's jungle. This could be very, very scary. Suddenly a Cho'Gath TP's in the back.
Whilst the wards are definitely getting some coverage, the problem for me is that Reckless only has 1 more ward left, which he's just dropped there, right in front of the blue bar. These wards aren't particularly giving any information on the Dragon, and they've already, you know, if they get past this line, it could be problematic, but for SLT, this could be problematic.
He's going to commit the ult. Oh, he misses it though! Flashes out, they find the charm from Reckless into the knockup. Unleash Power should finish him down as Crowley secures the kill. Danka jumps onto Reckless. They don't connect enough damage. Senkux is going to join with him, but the scatter makes the connection onto Danka, gets a nice chunk out.
I will simply say, screw wards of the Dragon. When you're at the Dragon, you're the ward yourself. LR find a fantastic angle. They know where most players of Verdant are inside that jungle. SLT tries to take a path to sort of sandwich LR when they walk in there, right? But he has no vision on the Tribush.
I have to feel for SLT a little because the hitbox wasn't that generous to him.
Right.
Crowny getting blessed a little bit.
Getting
blessed a little bit by the 2.5D terrain of the Tri-Brush there. And now Verdant, they found Nemesis.
That should be an easy kill. Senkux securing that one.
How quick are they going to react to this on the map, though? Because everyone's here on this top side of the map. Devon's opening out from mid. Reckless is here to try and provide a bit of vision.
They find the stun onto Reckless. Big thing is SLT has teleport, Bounce doesn't. But Crowny, he does more than enough damage, chunking Danka out. I don't know if you can just stop Baron off this, but they're teleporting in, they're going for it.
I feel that this sort of studies 10 seconds ago. No ult onto Velia means he can't play for that engage. And the CP on Nemesis, which is now ticking on his death time, only 10 seconds. They have to walk out, they can't do it, they're too late.
It's way too late, but SLT might be able to see if a fish for a pick. They find the teleport bait onto the monkey. They're going to look for the knockback. That's going to be the kill onto him. Massive engage, jumping in from SLT, but he is eviscerated by Crowny. Nemesis rejoining into the play. Devon, he doesn't do the damage. Crowny's heavily chunked out.
Maybe he does.
It's a double kill over to Crowny. Reckless tries to find the knockup, but it's not going to happen. Crowny chasing onto Devon. Who are they going to put the attention on?
triple, but he goes down. Torre secures it. Portal out. Scatter doesn't hit. This is absolute chaos.
It's carnage at the Baron, and it's a 3 for 2 for Los Ratones. And I mean, it starts with this Tempered Fate pick onto Velia. The knockback is clean and well timed from Senkux, and he gets blown up. But the Feather Storm is perfectly timed from Crownie, and he doesn't get knocked down by the Ambessa.
Yeah, the SLT is too far in, but there's way too much damage on both teams. They primarily only have damage dealers, but they don't have a lot of CC to stick. So you see this ping-ponging of champions and damage going around until it sticks. Devon dives forward because Crownie is not in the back, and suddenly Nemesis coming through the river.
And then Crownie steps a bit too far forward, but he gets himself the trade kill anyway.
Man, give me
He had the
five.
reckless
Give me
penta in his
five.
eyes. He had the reckless penta in his eyes there. He now
Well,
has the
we are
Navarro quick blades. He is, exactly, that's the point, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got the quick blades, he's got the QSS.
Okay, I'll tell you what, man. Flicker Blade is one of the most OP items in TFT right now, so it must be OP here too.
Zaya's one of the few champs who can use
There
it,
you
to be
go.
fair. She's one of the few champs who actually does make it work. I do think a Last Whisper is going to come in hard, especially when you're actually looking at the resistances. There's not many, so the small amount that there are just going to get absolutely shredded by Crownie once he picks that up as his next item.
They are starting to come in, but I mean, when you're 3.5k gold up, I mean, it just doesn't really feel like it matters for the time being. That said, a lot of the gold, or almost all of the gold lead is practically sat in Crownie's back pocket. If Verdant can find backline access once onto him, the fight looks completely different and maybe not so one-sided. Now, LR, they've started up the Baron. Verdant were looking for a pick onto Baus, but they've got a good idea that this is happening.
They're throwing the wall out.
Senkux threw a wall to stop Baus from walking up. So that's it.
In jumps Velia, he's going to take a lot of damage out of Danker. They find the quickness into the knockup. Scatter the weak. He's just permacy siege. You can't move, Danker. Down you go.
But Baus!
SLT?
SLT getting a little bit hungry for it, but nice scatter from Nemesis. No follow-up. They're just going to cool off for now.
It's a great re-engage from LR, and Danker ended up using his E a little bit too early. This is a bold face check. SLT is stunned, but he's going to end up being fine. LR, they want to start this Baron because there is no Verdant jungler.
You got Torre on the flank. No Tempered Fate available.
It's gone.
He has smite! He has
He
smite!
has smite. He's going to portal. He's going to portal. Torre looking for the
Surely
smite.
not.
Jump again. No. Baus finds the beast. Torre. He is going to be the victim of this one. Stunned. Smited. Torre limps away. No Baron in pocket.
That was such a weird turn of events that happened. Senkux throwing his wall to stop Baus from just walking up river, which means that you don't have this huge ult that you've been using so far to break apart LR and pick your targets through it, right? So LR find the opportunity to turn it around, and now they've grabbed the Baron. Nice try from Torrent. Doesn't even die for trying to get that smite down, right? But LR now with a huge lead, a great front-to-back composition, almost 3-4 items onto Crownie. They're more than equipped.
Mountain Dragon spawned. It's Mountain Salt for LR. And Verdant.
They have
got a lot of damage here.
It's a lot of damage onto Velia. Forced to use the Cyclone. Tempered Fate hits onto Nemesis. No follow-up. Devon's damage is too damn low. But Velia, no Cyclone, no HP. Verdant might be able to deny Soul.
He's got a cap to heal off.
He's gone over to his camp to heal off, and then he can W over the wall to try and steal this dragon, right? He's not done it once, he's done it twice versus Verdant. He might look to do it again.
See if he can find it. Devon can't even get into the area.
Senkux Garden.
Dragon is way too low. Nice play from Senkux on the guard. Puts a wall up, divides the two teams. Here comes the DPS for Dragon. They're committing, but that's going to be Velia looking to get over the wall. He's going to jump in. Can he find the steal? No, he can't, but Baus is the one to get it. Danker's low HP as they continue to chase forward, but Baus also getting chunked out. Senkux finds the kill onto Baus. Can they find the damage onto SLT? He's getting
the stun on the bot side!
A stun onto the members of Verdant, but they don't go down. Danker finds a flank angle. I don't think he's going to find an opening.
Velia killed SLT off screen!
Oh, there's so much going on, Trouble.
Again, we said there's so much slipperiness from the side of Verdant that they want to cause the chaos, right? But LR were born in the chaos, baby. So it doesn't matter if you're playing front to back or not. They'll find their angles and they will out-hand you.
It's the feast, I think, from Baus in the end. He just deals more damage than both smites. Even though one of them did come down, it just doesn't matter.
3 smites, you mean?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. He ends up going down. We're going to come out of that replay for the time being as we just take a moment to breathe.
That's only 3,000 gold, 4,000 gold.
Can we just talk about ADC items?
Don't look bot.
Devon is still...
Don't look
Devon's
bot.
on 3 items versus 4. Fully finished up Mercs onto Crowny.
Crowny's so ahead, he just finished Scimitar.
Like, Devon only literally just finished that IE, by the way. That's like a very recent...
To be fair, that's a very big spike for Corki here. So even on 3 items, this Corki is going to start hurting again. There's not many resistances on the side of LR. Mountain Dragon really tremendously helps, especially towards that poke.
Sad flash there from Torres. We do see Baus getting jumped onto by the 2, but this just exposes the top side. They're actually bringing the monkey in. Senkux goes for the surf out, the cyclone. Gonna make the connection. That is gonna be 1 dead to Lear. Senkux will fall. Crowny puts that kill in the pocket as SLT, miles from home, miles from safety, being hunted by the members of LR.
Is this the face of mercy to you? Look at the googly eyes, man.
It's great coverage, and they're going to keep on chasing SLT down. They'll kill him eventually. It's just about how much time he can buy. Doesn't seem like much.
Are going mad for LR. I said SLT. SLT going down.
Close enough, man.
Close enough. He went down.
I mean, that's a large game to lose now. We're just going to say it as it is, right? 4,000 gold on your AD carry. Crowny has been one of those staple pieces for LR. We're going to show you later on, guys, as well. But if Crowny doesn't carry, LR suffers.
Nemesis.
But Crowny always carries Nemesis. Can he get out of this one?
Doesn't find the scatter, flashes away from the Tempered Fate. They're going to put some extra damage in. Nice scatter back. Torre is incredibly low. The teleport from Baus is now Danker being hunted down. Torre, he is just cut to ribbons there by Crowny. Beautiful kill for him. Number 7 is Velia maybe looking for Devon. He has got Danker in the area, so he's going to be A-OK. Devon. This Corki is going to have to do some serious work here for the Verdant if they want to hold on to this game.
You kind of see it on Torres' face as well. He kind of knows what's going to be happening here. Again, they get very massively outscaled. And when they're almost 8,000 gold in the lead as well, yeah, it's so impossible to catch them. Mikhail, you pointed it out. Scimitar.
And Cleanse.
Crowny's just stuck in the front line.
Oh my word, SLT, the unleashed power from Nemesis secures the kill. There's the scatter the weak onto 2. Senkux slowly limping away. Another knockup blitz onto Danker. Senkux holds his life. Devon just continues to shoot rocket into rocket, but Baus eats them all. Down goes the inhibitor. The mid lane tower will be falling as well, along with that mid inhib. 2 inhibs down. And I don't think Verdant have a single foothold on this game. They throw a Tempered Fate onto Baus, but it's too little, it's too damn late. Velia jumping forwards, trying to see if he can find an opening onto the members of Verdant. Doesn't find the knockup. LR, they're still trying to make an escape, but Verdant, they're being a thorn in their sides. Don't think they have the damage to really make it anything more than that, though.
I'm not gonna lie, I see Senkux putting his EW on the floor, and usually you want a W towards you, right? You put that E in front of you, you want a W towards you. I don't think it was W anyway. Because the second Mercs come through and that stun stops happening, then they're way too close proximity to that Talia. And when you don't have flash, when your teammates don't have flash, that gets very, very scary. Saying that though, they're not following the rules. Not many of them have Mercs.
That is the goofiest.
I see many stuns and not enough Mercs. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man.
I do agree to a point. That said,
I don't see a single one, actually.
look, hey,
No Mercs Lamont on this game.
no Mercs Lamont. But I think for Verdant, time is running out for them now. The good thing is that Baron and Elder are up at the same time. Verdant, however, are committed to this top side, so they can't make this cross-map happen. And LR are sniffing out this bush cheese.
It's just no damage. Verdant just don't have any damage. You've got a Tilly, you've got a Corki, but you can't make it connect.
They're simply past their window of power.
Yeah.
And the only way that they can really make a fight happen is this SLT is able to set up what Torre is, but now SLT is getting caught out.
That's going to be the quickness into the unleashed power. SLT caught by the scatter. He throws the shield, he connects the ultimate onto Nemesis, but again, the damage is too damn low. The shields, he's being a menace. Oh, Nemesis went a little bit lower than I expected. Verdant have taken this chance to start up that Baron, but again, damage is quite low. Baus is jumping forwards, gets caught. They get the tempered onto 2. Crowny has been exposed. In jumps Danker onto the backline, but he's caught the knockup. Nemesis is in the base. Senkux has had to teleport after him. This is just absolute carnage right now. Velia is going to secure himself a kill onto the Corki off screen. And Nemesis still has 2 waves to work with. I don't know if Senkux is going to be able to hold this. That's going to be the Nexus exposed. LR bringing in the boys. The backup is here. Game number 1 goes to Los Ratones.
It was hectic. But after 25 minutes, it felt like LR finally seized control of the game.